Hello, hello! I am so happy that you're here today because we're going to be planning for the month of March in our bullet journals. My name is Carla and this is Art with Katie. Welcome back to the channel. If you're coming back, I am so happy that you're here today. But maybe this is your first time and you might not know who I am. My name is Carla and I like to share with you what I know about art history, bullet journaling, and of course, I love planning with you for a new month in our bullet journals. And I don't know how your February was. Hopefully it was full of great memories and experiences. Mine had those too, but it also had certain challenges and difficulties. And you know, it is what it is. But I am so glad that we're about to start a new month and therefore a new journey. If you were able to go on the 24th of February to Festiva, thank you very much. I was so glad that you were able to go because it's such a wonderful, wonderful festival that encourages or motivates people into the arts, whether it be music, graphic arts, such as what we like to do here, or even writing. And I was so honored and happy to be part of such a wonderful moment for the arts. Hopefully I put some pictures on my social media. I haven't been that, active in social media because I guess I've been just trying to keep up with recording my videos, with doing my journals, and of course with having new products in my Society 6 and my Etsy store. And little by little I've been growing those, and hopefully you'll like some of them and consider purchasing them, and if not, just go visit because maybe there's something that you like to reproduce on your own. And if you like something in those stores, there's a video for it here that you can use as your guide to just reproduce it on your own. And with that in mind, I just didn't know what theme to choose for this month. During my lunch break, I was talking to my friend Lindy about what topic I could choose for this month, right? Because March doesn't really has like something that I celebrate, so I was like brainstorming with her, and because it was, you know, that back, she was thinking of things regarding February. I'm like, no, I already had a topic for February. Remember that I did Chinese New Year? And she was like, oh, that's right. So, well, maybe something else, maybe something related to St. Patrick's Day. And I'm like, well, yeah, it could be, but I don't know. What else can we think of? And she was like, well, spring. And I'm like, yeah. I don't know about spring. Like whenever I think of spring, I think of flowers and things like that. I'm like, I don't know. I've never done something. I mean, I did minhua that has flowers, I guess, but not really like a floral theme. And then she told me, what about something Irish? Because she's, you know, I don't know what percentage Irish, and she's really into, you know, everything her culture represents. And I'm like, well, what about Celtic? And she was like, yes, Celtic, like I love that theme. And I was wanting to do something related to our history because in January we did Elena, which is a song by My Chemical Romance, and in February I just mentioned that we did Chinese New Year, which is, I guess, more culture, like it's not pop culture, but it's cultural. And I wanted to do something related to our history because I tried to, you know, have some art history themes in my bullet journals. I've done Egyptian art, I've done minhua, which I guess I just mentioned right now, and I just thought Celtic art could be a wonderful theme for my bullet journal. Last year, I got inspired by a song to do my bullet journal planning. The song was Karma Chameleon, which is a song that I adore. And before that, I've done Mendi art, which I absolutely adore that theme. So I wanted to do something, you know, as special. And this time I think Celtic art is gonna be a wonderful addition to my, you know, my journal. And I would love to learn some more about Celtic art as well, because I honestly don't know a lot about it. And just let me go ahead and read this from the source because I don't want to mess it up. I don't want to get this wrong. I just want to give you a little bit of what we're gonna do in the bullet journal this time. Celtic art is associated with the peoples known as Celts, those who spoke the Celtic languages in Europe from prehistoric through the modern period, as well as the art of ancient people whose language is uncertain, but have cultural and stylistic similarities with speakers of Celtic languages. Okay, so it goes way back, which is why, it's so beautiful and interesting. And typically, Celtic art is ornamental, avoiding straight lines and only occasionally using symmetry. They are the imitation of nature central to the classical tradition, often involving complex symbolism. Celtic art has used a variety of styles and has shown influences from other cultures in their knotwork, spirals, key patterns, lettering, zoomorphic, plant forms, and human figures. So wow, this is gonna be challenging and I know it's gonna be beautiful. And hopefully you wanna do it with me here to plan for the month of March. Hopefully you're ready because I am ready. So let's just get started. Get your materials or something to drink, maybe something to snack on, and I'll see you at the end of the video. Before we start, I wanted to share with you the materials I'll be using this month. I wanted, to go back to basics and decided to use my Micron pens and Crayola markers. I love them and they give me such a beautiful result, and I haven't been using them much lately, so why not just, reset everything and start a new month with my basics. And before we advance any further, remember that every month for the last, several months, I've been gifting you a free calendar. You just have to go to the description box and click on the link to download. Print it and, place it wherever you need it. It's only a small token of my appreciation for you. And now, while you see on screen what I did to plan for this new month, let's learn and explore the ancient Celts' art history and styles. Although most people, like in my case, would associate ancient Celts' art with images of Irish mythology, the truth is that Celts originated from ancient Central Europe and not Ireland itself. Celtic sculpture and Celtic paintings, in fact, Celtic art history in its entirety, it's a broad term referring to several movements that can be attributed to various people who share a common heritage, yet differ in location and period. It is associated with Celtic-speaking people from prehistory up to the modern era, as well as ancient groups with stylistic similarities to those of the Celts, but whose original spoken language remains uncertain. The history of Celtic styles and influences can be separated into various eras. The Hallstatt era is considered to be the root of Celtic culture. The Latin era is considered the prime period of Celtic artwork. And the Celtic Revival represents the more modern interpretation of the Celtic art history. So then, what is Celtic artwork? The most prominent perception of Celtic styles usually depicts Irish Celtic art or Gaelic art. But Celtic art history stems further back than this popular misconception, in both time and location. What most of the English-speaking world imagines when they think of the term Celtic artwork actually stems from the artwork of the early Middle Ages of Britain and Ireland, which is known as insular art. There has been much discussion about the earlier influence from the Bronze Age amongst artistic scholars, but most archaeologists prefer to use the term Celtic when talking about the cultures deriving from the European Iron Age. From more or less 1000 BC onwards. Art historians generally only start referring to Celtic art somewhere between the 5th and 1st centuries BC, known as the Latent period. The huge influences derived from the interactions with countless previous cultures have resulted in the incorporation of stylistic elements from spirals to key patterns, knotwork, and zoomorphism. The common thread to be found throughout the expansive time frame and geographical span is the development of a sense of balance in the layout of these patterns. Through the applications of curvilinear forms, the use of both positive and negative space results in a harmonious whole. And I do hope that, as simple as my layouts are, I'm giving Celtic art justice, because it is so beautiful and intricate. And I'm just creating something really simple to give a gist of what it is, using their symbols to give gist of it in my layouts. Because this art is so complex in symbolism, ornamental geometric designs, and non-linear patterns. So believe me when I tell you that I did the most of what I could do in the small amount of time that I had. And to be making those patterns really relax me. I quite enjoy it. But I know that I am far from making something that could be considered part of their art. There have been several revivals of Celtic artwork throughout human history, and Celtic art continues to influence artists and craftsmen up until today. Celtic art has had an influence on artists across the globe during several periods of revival. This includes places such as America, where artists such as Thomas Augustine Gus O'Shaughnessy gained huge popularity as revivalists of the style. And finally, this is how my very humble homage for Celtic art looks like. Thank you so very much for joining me in one more video. I just love to share with you my bullet journal and everything that helps me just, I guess, keep on task and motivating and feeling successful and accomplished. I really value everything that you share with me as well, so don't forget to leave a comment. And if you're around on social media, just reach out. I promise that I'll answer every single message that I receive. I just haven't been posting a lot, and maybe I'll change someday when I catch up with everything that I'm wanting to do, but just be sure that if you reach out to me, I'm sure you're gonna respond. And if you're liking my content, please give me a thumbs up, share this with someone that you know is gonna love it, and of course, subscribe. It helps me a lot, and I'm just happy to be, able to reach out to people who, like you and like me, love art and bullet journaling. I'll see you real soon in my next video. And in the meantime, keep creative, keep safe, and always, always be kind. I'll see you real soon. Bye. Please like and share my video, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. See you next time!